Alright. So, we are on the MGTOW's website, Marriage and Divorce section. Yeah. So, I feel like as a married woman who's been happily married for some years can definitely provide some insight into maybe any people that are having trouble with, who are on this website, or having trouble with, like, relationship issues. And this isn't super popular, this website, but, like, it's kind of gaining, so I want to, like, address it. Only because it's, like, perpetuating kind of really ignorant, just horrible ideas, honestly. Remarriage. Okay. Only an idiot. Okay, so I guess this guy is divorced. As if this tuxedoed Bond character will return to wallow in some bitch's vomit. Alright, we're a little salty. There are recaps of 2 conversations I've had with 2 different married women. First one, you should get married and have kids. No thanks, I don't need kids. Already kind of did the marriage thing. Alright, that's fair. Somebody would be like, is over here being like, you should get married and have kids. Alright, not everybody wants to have kids. I don't want to have kids. That's just me. I don't want to have any kids. There's 8 billion people in the world. I don't think I need to bring more just for me. And I enjoy doing it precisely what I like when I want to. So, at least find a woman who loves you. Such beings do not exist. They're all crazy. Alright, you've turned into, like, a crazy person yourself. You just find the crazy ones. Okay, guys, I don't know what it is, but sometimes these types of guys who always complain about having crazy girlfriends consistently choose the crazy ones to date. You know, it's like, find that one person who always has relationship issues. Like, they're whether they're a man or a woman, they keep dating people that, like, screw them over. That's their type. Whatever their psychological shtick is, that they keep going back to that. It's just there. That doesn't mean all people are crazy, because anybody who's, like, well-rounded would know that not all people are crazy. And it's not, you know, associated with a certain gender. You just find the crazy ones. They're all crazy. Name-calling and rage followed by, okay, I agree that you're right, but that doesn't mean you have just... What? No. First of all, no woman would agree to this. No smart woman, however. Yes, it does. No, fuck no. This did not happen. Sorry to hear about your divorce. Okay, second conversation. Sorry to hear about your divorce. But these things happen. Hopefully, you can learn a lesson from it and move forward. Yes, I have. The lesson I've learned is never get married. Okay, some people they get divorced and they have, like, a bad taste in their mouths from marriage. You don't have to get married in your life. If you just want to live with somebody, or multiple somebodies, for the rest of your life, totally up to you. Wait, no, I didn't mean that lesson. I meant to fault you for your wife's behavior. What? No. Okay. If your wife was a piece of shit human being, then she was a piece of shit human being. Nobody's going to fault you for that. And if they do, you'll have to excuse me, my voice got a little crackly. If they do, then they're kind of the problem. But I highly doubt that these 2 conversations happen. So, no. Don't try and have logical conversations with emotional beings. This is one of the main reasons women aren't allowed to participate in MGTOW forums. Well, bitch, I would like to correct you on that. either that woman is retarded or purposely deceitful. The latter would like. Okay, so this is kind of the reason I wanted to make videos on this. The manosphere, when I read the manosphere, it kind of had like a way different turn. Like it was a little bit offensive, but it didn't really say anything that's going on like right here. So like, yeah, so like these kinds of websites and this kind of ideology is perpetuating really, really hateful human beings. And it's important to keep a watch out. That's why people watch the Westboro Baptist Church to make sure they're not going to go shoot something up. You know, it's kind of along these lines. So if you want to converse with women, or perhaps it's part of your job to cater to their feelings. No, don't cater to my feelings. Alright, that one's not really going anywhere. That's productive. What? Alright, so seems like this is a bunch of like salty people. All right. Relationships. Let's look at this. Ooh, here we go. I wrote the following almost 20 years ago, before I had ever even heard of MGTOW. I liked it before it was cool. I'm sorry. 15 lies men tell women. Okay, since male bashing is all the rage today, not really. You know, people just want to be treated equally. And anybody who says otherwise, doesn't matter what gender they're advocating for, they're not a good person. And they don't know what they're talking about, and they're really ignorant. So, particularly among feminists and politicians seeking their votes. I mean, I guess there's like some branches of feminism which is like toxic, but like I think like feminism has like served its purpose, and we should be more like focused on humanist like values, but that's just me. I mean, it should really be called humanist, not feminist, because a feminist is the definition of a feminist is just somebody who wants equal rights for both and all genders. So it should just really be called humanist at this point, because feminist kind of puts a bad taste in people's mouth. But that's just my shtick on it. All right, it is high time for men had their say. Oh, like they haven't had their say this entire time? Okay, then. It's like the people like these guys who say this are like the people who are anti-vax, who are just like, oh, well, there's no diseases. You know, the vaccinations are not necessary. They're just full of chemicals trying to do mind control or cause autism or something. No, there was diseases, which is why the vaccinations were, you know, installed in the first place. Just because there aren't giant plagues of it right now does not mean that they don't exist. You see what I mean? I mean, it might be a horrible analogy. I don't fucking know. One of the most popular pastimes among feminists is to list ad nauseum. Okay, that was the wrong... Yeah, you try and put Latin there? Nah. Like, just, if you want to look smart, just don't do this shit. Because immediately you want to punch you in the face. I mean, I want to punch you in the face just for this, like, title here. But, like, yeah, no. Whatever. Lies men supposedly tell them 24 hours a day, while it is acknowledged that few men have been close to being true saints. What is that sentence supposed to say? It is also true we have other things to occupy our time than inventing new creative fibs to deflower innocent women. I mean, some men do this. Like, they make it their pastime, but, like, it's not. Oh my god. To that end, the following lies that directly from directly from the lips of these same saintly women, who are humbly submitted with your information and survival in a decidedly hostile female-orientated society. These lies are listed in no particular order. Okay. Okay, apparently this isn't super important. Alright. All men ever think about is sex. Now, this isn't true. Men do think about sex a lot more, but that's just more because of their, need to procreate that still is hanging around. So, I mean, yeah, it's like men and women think about sex pretty often. Generally. There's some exceptions, however. This one is obvious because this one is obvious to any man who is in any contact with all women, because the women tell him exactly that. This isn't a lie per se, because women actually believe it. The fact is, men do indeed often think about sex, yes. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing, as thoughts have turned into unwanted action on the part of the thinker. Unless okay. Yeah, I do agree with that one. The thinking about sex is part of nature's plan, for without sex there'd be no human race. Okay, yeah, but you're kind of setting this up to be like, I deserve sex. Because, whatever. Men cannot share their feelings. I would say this isn't true. Some men don't want to share their feelings. Some men kind of like keep it. I mean, it's basically with all people. Some people keep their feelings and emotions super caged. Like I've met a large amount of women who keep their feelings kind of bottled up and they don't really talk about it. That's why therapists exist. So, like, people could go and talk about their feelings that they can't share or are not comfortable sharing with other people. It's a whole human thing. They cannot accept the fact that men tend to internalize their feelings much more than women, and therefore consider most men selfish. Okay, they are selfish to themselves if they're internalizing their feelings. They don't need to. They don't need to internalize their feelings. So you're giving a pass to men to internalize their feelings and then blaming it on women. So, like, no. That's not how that works. And on the other side of this particular coin, if man actually does show his feelings too often, he's then assumed to be either gay, putting on a phony show in order to get sympathy, which leads to sex, or is not a real man after all and only a baby. Okay, there is a fine, well, there's actually a really thick line between an actual functioning human being, a baby, and a douchebag. I mean, all genders do this. It's not one particular gender. If a guy is a well-rounded human being, discusses his feelings openly, and is just like, hey, I don't like this, I feel sad about this, I had like emotional childhood traumas that kind of are, stopping me from communicating properly, so bear with me. These are the kinds of conversations that people who, are self-aware do. So it's important to be self-aware, otherwise you're a horrible adult. It is in men's nature to lie to women. Okay, no. No. I mean, where the fuck did he get these things from? Like, the anti-man, like, forums on Tumblr? Like, where the hell? I haven't heard these things in years. Okay, men do not like kids. Women do. Some women do not like kids. Men like kids. I mean, I haven't met a man who doesn't really like kids. I mean, nobody likes a screaming child. I mean, unless it's theirs, and even then they have trouble not getting upset. So, like, yeah, nobody likes somebody else's kid screaming across a parking lot or something. Like in the store, in a movie, like, nobody likes that. Unless a man is totally involved in the everyday care of his children, women do not. Like, okay, so if you're gonna have kids, you need to be involved in the everyday care of the children. It doesn't matter what gender you are, if there's two of you or only one of you. You still need to be involved as much as possible because they're your kids. Once kids are raised, men are no further use. Once kids are raised, men are no further use. Men are of no further use to women. This one is all too often sad but true. What? No. That's like, once the kids are gone and out of the house, that's like vacation time for couples. Like, they go on fucking cruises. Together, they go on, like, trips and shit. They're like, yay, we can do what we want finally. Oh, and we have grandkids? We can spoil them and, you know, whatever. Exactly. Like, what the hell? If the particular woman in a man's life has her singular goal of procreation and raising of children, alright, are you like a psychiatrist or something? Like, do you have any credentials to be making these weird declarative statements about the behavioral issues of, like, men and women? Like, I don't think this is the case. Women never lie to women. Oh, men never lie to women. Everyone lies to everyone. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which gender is. If you're a horrible person if you just lie to be deceitful and get what you want, honestly. So, like, good people try not to lie. You know? I mean, if your religious mom calls and it's just like, did you go to church this Sunday? And you're just like, fuck no, Mom. Or if you're a non-confrontational person and you just, because it's easier, tell your mom, yeah, totally, I went to church. You know, that's saving yourself. Oh, okay. Chief problem with this particular statement is that of perception. Most women believe that, unlike men, they're psychologically and morally incapable of telling lies. No, that's not the case, along with anybody. I mean, personally, I would feel bad if I told a lie, but that's just me. It depends on the person, regardless of gender. Okay, so looks aren't important. It's what's inside the... okay. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by... This one's closely related to blank. Money isn't important. It's what's inside the person that really counts. This statement is often uttered by women who's recently ended a bad relationship with a wealthy or drop-dead gorgeous-looking guy and is on the rebound. What? No, this is like an actually good statement. The statement isn't I'm uttering this. I am a happily married woman. I'm not the richest woman. No, I did not marry my my husband for his money. If, you know, if I did that, then I'm a very bad whore. Oh my god. Okay. Such obviously tainted comments are nothing more than the byproducts of a temporary bitterness that it should never have been taken seriously unless you thrive on pain and confusion. What the fuck was that sentence supposed to say? I've literally said that like so many times. I'm just confused as to what they're actually trying to like say. Like they don't. It doesn't. Oh Jesus. And then, like all of this article is like complete trash. Like the guys who are writing this have obviously no social cues whatsoever. Like they don't understand boundaries or, boundaries, and think call me anytime, or, not understanding that there's social cues. You can't just go up to a woman and demand sex, and then when she refuses, call her a whore because she wants to make she has decided not to have sex with you. That's her right to do, and if you don't want to have sex with a woman, oh, well, that's your right to do. Nobody is obligated to have sex with anybody. If somebody wants to have sex with them, don't assume it's because they want something out of it. Well, yeah, sex. That's pretty much all that's happening. And if the other person, refuses, well, I guess that's lack of consent. So just don't. Oh my god. I like you as a friend. Translation, you aren't good enough for me. No, that just means you're not the person that she wants to date. That's okay. Just because you're a dude and you think you're a nice guy is not the catalyst for somebody wanting to date you. They could have a couple of reasons. Maybe, she's just not attracted to you. Or, she just doesn't find you, she just doesn't, think about you in a romantic way. And that's, like, totally fine. I'm sure there's plenty of women. Well, maybe not, since he's writing this. Maybe, yeah. I'm not ready for a relationship just now. Translation, you aren't good enough for me to get serious, or rich enough or good looking enough for me to get serious about. No. That's actually 100%. Okay, so if somebody says they're not ready for a relationship right now, you're invalidating this by saying it's something silly and shallow. So you would then be justified in pursuing it, and calling them out and saying, that you're just a whore and you don't want to date me because of this reason and this reason. No, that's absolutely not what that says. It says, I'm not ready for a relationship just now. That's all that it fucking means. Fuck, man. I can't go out tonight because something. Translation, I won't go out with you because if I had to choose between that and a root canal work without local anesthesia. Younger women about the age of 30 always use I have to wash my hair. I've had a hard day and I just want to rest. Is coming to visit. Alright, you know what? If somebody is blatantly using these excuses to not go out with you, and this is happening more and more, maybe you should look at the kind of person you are. Because if multiple chicks don't want to date you, it's probably because you're a horrible person, or you're going after the wrong kind of chick. Seriously. If you're going after, like, big, shallow chicks, then alright, you're just gonna get shallow behavior. If you go out and you're an actual nice person, and you're not expecting sex, then yes, you will probably, have a good time, form a relationship, as long as you're respectful of their boundaries. They'll be respectful of your boundaries, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I mean, I know somebody who's been dating a lot recently, and it's just, been having a hard time trying to find somebody that coincides with that is compatible with her. So it's not just a male thing to not be dating and to be rejected. These people act like, some men are the only people that ever get rejected. No, I've been rejected multiple times. I'm 7, I think. And that's just me. And I don't take it to heart. Some of them caused me to change my behavior in a more to be more adult and be less selfish of a person, then yeah, that's a good thing. It's my time of the month. I can't think of anything better. You know what? Okay, let me just explain to you what happens at the time of the month if they're not using it as an excuse not to date you because you're a horrible person. There are cramps, and cramps vary in pain for each woman and from the time of month. You could have stabbing pain, you're bloated, you're nauseous, you don't want anything going up inside Command Central, okay? At all. I'm fucking not tonight. I have a headache, or I'm too sick, or I'm not in the mood. Oh my god. You know what? This entire article is just a salty dude who has gone through multiple women and is not... Jesus. Several translations. On the other guy I'm seeing for the size of a utility pole. What the fuck? Oh my god. This guy does not know shit. He's just salty. He's a horrible person. He doesn't respect boundaries, obviously, from his invalidation of people saying, hey, I don't want to go out tonight. It's just me. I'd rather just stay home with my cats or something, I'm sick, something. And he's just like, well, you just don't want to go out with me. That's an extremely selfish person, and they're right to stay the fuck far away from you. I think that's, I think I'm going to do a few more of these and I'll just fucking leave it here, because this is I just like you the way you are. Oh, size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. Well, that's exactly true. Size doesn't matter, it's the way you use it. If you're got a giant dick and you're horrible in bed, it doesn't matter if you've got a giant dick. In your dream, shorty. Okay, somebody's a little salty. Unless you have a jaunta that can make her gag from the inside. How the fuck does that happen? That does not sound pleasant. If she keeps a tape measure next to her bed, what kind of women are you dating? What the fuck? I'm gonna go ahead and leave this video right here and do it another day. Jesus Christ. A tape measure next to her bed. Alright, ladies, keep a tape measure next to your bed.